Picture this. It's 2020, the middle of a global pandemic.
New York City, they have raised the COVID alert level.
Tonight, we're becoming crushed under a tidal wave of unfathomable numbers.
Queens in New York is the worst infected district in what is now the world's worst infected city.
People in the States are finally starting to believe that COVID-19 is a real issue because it's at our doorstep. It's suddenly impacting us and the people around us. Funny how we only care about an issue if it's directly affecting us. But that's besides the point. Times Square, what used to be a calling card for tourists all around the world, becomes this post-apocalyptic ghost town. What was such a strange dystopian feeling to me was the fact that the billboards never stopped running. The advertisement just kept going to an empty plaza. This isn't just a video about COVID-19. I think there are way too many of those, and I don't feel I have any original ideas to implement there. But what I bring this up to reference is I honestly assimilated that feeling to almost like walking alone at night. Now I say it felt like walking alone at night because Manhattan was asleep during this period. I think there's a unique feeling that is evoked while strolling by yourself at night. It's a certain peace that comes from standing alone in a location that is usually filled with people, but now is owned by only you and your thoughts. See, I live in New York City, one of the most densely packed cities in the world. Manhattan Island is roughly 13 miles long and about 2 miles wide, with a population of 1.6 million. For some perspective, Iceland as a whole has a population of 300,000, which means, theoretically, you can put everybody in Iceland in Manhattan 5 times over. With so many people on such a small plot of land, naturally, the only way to build is up. Man-made mountains forged from steel, skyscrapers and apartment buildings housing the rich and the poor. From an outside perspective, it's hard to imagine being alone in such a world. But funny enough, so many people feel complete isolation on an island with so many moving parts. I'm a fond believer that every great emotion creates an equally great artistic reaction. I think that the beauty of existence is the birth of art and expression, in my opinion. Someone who I believe to pinpoint and portray this emotion well is Edward Hopper. This man found many ways to portray the idea of loneliness in big cities. I think Hopper understood better than most this idea that you could live your whole life surrounded by other individuals and still feel this complex loneliness. Life glancing through windows, glass being this thin veil separating you from the people around you. Or, on the other hand, there are some of us who find beauty in this tranquility, and understanding that although silence is scary, there's still a lot to learn from it. I myself think there's an art to being alone, one that I have not mastered yet. But sometimes, when I let myself get swallowed by the darkness, I feel this peace.